for the very last part of this section, we're going to talk about what happens when these waves hit a particular boundary. Now, when waves hit a boundary, it's possible for them to bounce off of them, and this is known as reflection. In the second half or continuation of this course, Physics 2, we will talk quite a bit more about reflection, but for here, we're just going to talk about it very generally. So the idea is if you have a wave coming in and hitting a surface, it can bounce off. Now, when you're dealing with this macroscopically, this happens in two particular ways. If the surface that it hits is rather smooth, you can draw a line perpendicular to the surface, and what you'll find is these two angles, the angle of incidence down here at the bottom and the angle of reflection, will be roughly the same. If this is the case for every point along this boundary, so the boundary is smooth, you have a type of reflection that's referred to as specular, and I'll spell it here just so it's clear. And this is basically a clear reflection. So when you look in a mirror, I don't know if any of you have ever broken a mirror, but at the back of the mirror, the thing that makes you able to see your reflection is actually a very, very smooth piece of metal. And this allows you to see a clear reflection in it because as light comes off your face, right, let's just draw a quick little face here. Every bit of light coming out of your face stays together. So your smile, your two eyes, they all kind of travel together, hit this same spot, and bounce off in the same way. And then when you look at it, so we'll draw a little eye here for you being the observer, your eye gets confused and think that light travels in straight lines. So over here, right, you'll see a face. And all the points will be, roughly speaking, in the same position relative to another, with just a slight inversion of the axis. So that's the first type of reflection here. The second type of reflection, which I'll draw here on the left, is called diffuse. And this happens when the surface is bumpy or not smooth. Diffuse results in a reflection that is not super clear. So again, we have a face down here. However, if we take a look at different parts of the face, they're each going to hit, let's draw this in a straight line. They're each going to hit at a slightly different orientation of the surface. So they're going to come off in kind of, randomish directions. And so what you see, if you're looking at it over here from this side, is you see like some kind of like messed up version of your original picture, because every beam of light is appearing when you see it to come from a slightly different spot. And in terms of reflection for this course, that's all we're going to really talk about. This type of reflection happens for light, it happens for sound waves, happens for basically any type of wave or traveling wave that hits a surface. And it's almost completely related to how smooth the surface is. For light, there is a secondary consideration that has to deal with conductivity, but again, that is a topic for a different class.